Hello, everybody. Today, for our public service announcement, we're going to be talking about how you might be a douche. Now, I would like to throw out this disclaimer. There is a difference between being a douche and being an asshole. The difference between being a douche and being an asshole is just an asshole to everybody, regardless of the situation. A douche is being an asshole because he thinks he's better than everybody, or just because he has absolutely no consideration for people around him. Assholes are actually more likable than douches because assholes can be forgiven. They're usually assholes for good reason. Douches are just douches for douchey's sake. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I believe douche moves are. Now, every now and then, you're going to have to pull a douche move because situation dictates. And that, while not good, can be forgivable. For example, if there's an emergency situation. If you pull a douche move in an emergency situation, I would forgive you. Everybody's allowed a douche move every now and then. I'm not going to lie to you. Things that I'm going to say right now might offend you. Things I'm going to say to you right now might apply to you. If they do, you might want to stop, consider what you're doing with your life, and realize you could possibly be a douche. And if you are, you might want to change a few things. So, without further ado, because that's what we say here, we're going to go ahead and go into the list of things that douches do. And we're going to start off at the gym. When you're at the gym, if you're wearing too much cologne, you're probably a douche. You don't need to wear cologne to the gym. You're not supposed to be there to impress anybody. As a matter of fact, when you go to the gym, you should go with the intention not to impress somebody. Because if you're trying to impress somebody at the gym, you're probably not working out right. You're probably just being a douche. So, when you're at the gym, no cologne, no body splash. It's okay if you stink. Everybody stinks at the gym. That's the point. You're sweating. You're working out. You're gonna smell. Nobody cares. If you're at the gym, take off the cologne and work out proper, or get out of my gym. If you're on a treadmill or on an elliptical or on a bike, elliptical and bike are a little bit more forgiving, but if you're reading when you're on the elliptical or on any kind of machine, you're probably not working out right. Stop reading, start working out, or get off the machine so that people who do really want to work out can work out. Now, there are a few people who read things like, for example, there's people who go to the gym with their notebooks that say what their workouts are for the day. That's forgivable because you're actually planning out your workout. If you're doing that, I forgive you. If you're on your cell phone, I can actually forgive you for that too. But if you go with the intention of using the gym as a library, you are wrong. Go somewhere else for that. I am all for reading. I'm a hyper nerd. I read all the time, but not at the gym, because at the gym, we're there to work out. Let's work out at the gym, not read. Okay, guys, if you are hitting on a woman at the gym, guess what? You're probably a douche. Don't hit on women at the gym. Women are there to work out. Guys should be there to work out. If you're hitting on a woman at the gym, or if you're trying to get your flirt on at the gym, you're probably a douche. Don't do that anymore. This is one of my biggest pet peeves when you're at the gym. If you're at the gym giving anybody any kind of advice and you are not some kind of certified physical training professional, stop it. You're being a douche. You're just being a douche. I don't care how long you've been working out at the gym. That doesn't matter to me. I don't care what kind of results you think you're getting. There's lots of factors that you can't consider when you're giving advice out at the gym. That's why we have certified professionals. I have a little piece of paper that says I'm allowed to give advice, and I still don't give advice unless it's asked, because there's questions you need to ask. What kind of medical conditions this person has? What kind of results are they trying to achieve? Is this person working out for any kind of specific event? Like they could be getting ready for a marathon. Their type of workout might be completely different than what you are giving them advice for. If you're at the gym, shut up. You're probably giving them wrong advice. I'm not sure if you know this, but statistically, the biggest problem with the gym is people get hurt. And when they get hurt, the majority of the time, it's because people gave them the wrong advice. If you think you're helping somebody, you're not. You're just being a douche. Stop it. Stick to your own workout. If you want to do your workout wrong, that's fine. Don't spread the wrong wealth. Next, we're going to go on to general human behavior. This one was a little bit tricky for me because I'm not sure what actually falls under general human behavior because I don't really consider myself human the majority of the time. So forgive me if some things don't technically fall under this category, or if some things in other categories should have been in this category. I wasn't trying to be a douche. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. Nobody's perfect. So, human behavior. Since you can't really give advice at the gym, just stop giving advice in general. Nobody wants to hear your advice, especially if it's generic advice. Oh, I'm sick today. You should get plenty of rest and drink lots of water. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that, then you probably didn't graduate high school because they teach you that like in kindergarten. I'm pretty sure they teach you that in kindergarten. I don't know if they teach you that in kindergarten, but they teach you that when you're really, really young. Get plenty of rest, drink lots of water. It's like the cure for almost everything. You don't need to tell people that. Now, if somebody asks for your advice, again, that is a totally different story. When people are asking for advice, then it's okay. Don't automatically assume people don't know what they're talking about or people want to hear your opinion. For now, just don't give people advice unless they ask for it. That's some good advice right there. Okay, this one is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, and I think a lot of people that work in my company can really pertain to this. If you make plans for anything, and you find out you can't go, we live in a generation where you have almost no excuse to not let the person know that you're not going to be able to make it. It takes literally 30 seconds to send a text message saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. If you don't send a message telling people that you're not going to be able to make a plan that you, especially if you set it up, guess what? You're probably a douche. Or just seriously inconsiderate. And while I might be an asshole, at least I've got the consideration enough to send people a text message if I can't be there. Better yet, send them a text message way ahead of time. If you have to send them a text message, and if it's an emergency, again, this is one of those situations where if it is an emergency, it's a forgivable douche move. But for the most part, if you aren't sending a message telling people that you can't be somewhere, guess what? You're a douche. I'm not sure if this one falls under human behavior, but I love this one. And a lot of ladies are going to be out there totally agreeing with me. And if you're dating somebody, you're probably not going to agree with me out loud, but I know you're going to agree with me. Guys, here's a little bit of advice. If you think you are awesome at pleasing a woman, guess what? You're probably a douche. Take it down like 30 notches on the ego, because 90% of the time, girls are just being nice to you when they say you're that good. You're actually not that good. They've probably had the majority of the sexual partners that they have been with at least at your level. I promise you this. Stop thinking you're that good. If you stop thinking you're that good, you might actually stop and learn something that might someday make you that good. But for the most part, you suck at it. And if you don't suck at it, at the very best, you are only adequate at it. So, stop thinking you're cool. You didn't please her the way you thought you did. That is totally your ego telling you how big of a douche you are. This one is technically human behavior, but I'm going to throw it into a separate category called kids at the bar. When you're at the bar, if you just turned 21, guess what? You don't know how to be at a bar. You are just a kid at the bar. There's a few bars that allow people that are under 21 in. You could be 18, and odds are you don't know what you're doing in there. Get the fuck out of my bar. There's a few things that really piss me off when kids are at the bar. One, kids don't know how to drink. If you haven't learned how to drink, and I know a lot of you are thinking, I know how to drink. I've been drinking since I was 14. Well, guess what? You've been drinking wrong since you were 14 because you don't know how to drink yet. A real adult knows when they've had enough. A real adult does not drink to race. Drinking is not a sprint. Drinking is a marathon. You take your time. It's a long night. There's no hurry to get plastered off your ass. All you're going to do is you're going to drink too much. Your friends are going to have to carry you out, and you're going to look like a fool. That is a child drinking. I don't care how old you are. If that's what you do, you're a child now. The other thing I really hate when kids are at the bar is they throw really weak game at women because they use their tactics that worked in high school. Guess what? Real women, that shit does not work. Real women, you actually have to talk to and get to know. If you don't do that and you think your just random outbursts are going to work, guess what? You're either a douche or you're 12. Either way, get out of my bar because you're just annoying me now. Next, we're going to go on to vehicular douchiness. That is a big fancy word for driving like a douche. This is really simple. Use your turn signals. Stop being a douche. I don't care if you're just changing lanes. I don't care if you're trying to pass somebody. I don't care if you're trying to turn. It literally takes absolutely no energy to be a little bit considerate and use your turn signal for just about everything. I use my turn signal even when there's nobody behind me because it's just good practice. Don't be a douche. Use your turn signal. I don't care how fast you're going. If you're in a hurry because of a medical something or other or some other type of emergency, that is, again, one of those forgivable douche moments. But 99% of the time, use your bloody turn signal. It's really not that hard. One of the biggest douche moves that you can pull is when you take up 2 parking spots. Okay, some people have a lot of money, and some people can buy a really nice car. Still don't take up 2 parking spots. Get a parking spot that's got enough room for your car. Don't take up 2 parking spots because I will scratch the fuck out of your car. Because I'm an asshole, and when you're being a douche to an asshole, they will be an asshole to you. Do yourself a favor, take up only 1 parking spot. Yes, I don't care how nice your car is, it only deserves 1 parking spot. If you take up 2 parking spots, I will fuck your car up. And I demand that all my asshole buddies out there, if you see somebody being a douche taking up 2 parking spots without any kind of serious emergency, do the right thing, do the asshole thing, and fuck up their car. But you didn't hear that from me. And for all you guys who think you're in Fast and the Furious, if you're at a stoplight and you peel the fuck out because you think your little piece of shit Honda is awesome, stop fooling yourselves. You're only being an asshole. Don't peel out at lights. Drive like a human being. If you're doing that, this might come as a shock to you, but you're an asshole, and all you're doing is making people around you think you have a very little and you don't want that. Well, some of you might. I don't know. I don't know the kind of person you are. Either way, stop being an asshole. All you're doing is being a douche. Don't be a douche. Stop peeling out. Especially stop peeling out when you're in a parking lot, because all you're doing is giving us an excuse to make fun of you once you're gone. And we'll know when you're gone because you left like a douche. When it comes to animals, if you do anything mean to almost any kind of animal, except for maybe bugs, you're being a douche. Don't be mean to animals. That's douchey. Period. When you're at work, if you're at work and let's say you're a supervisor and you have 10 people under you and they do a really good job and your boss says, wow, you guys did a really good job. If you take all the credit, guess what? You're probably a douche. Don't take credit for other people's work. That's a douche move. As a matter of fact, if you're a supervisor, you shouldn't be taking any of the credit. You should be giving all the credit to the people who worked for you because they worked. You supervised. I've been a supervisor for a lot of things, and I make it a point never to take any credit for the shit that my crew does, because my crew is the one that did it, not me. Okay, I'm the kind of supervisor that actually gets in there and helps, but still, that's besides the point. Don't take credit for other people's shit. This is kind of a weird one because I'm just that weird guy. When you're in people's homes, there's certain rules that you have to abide by, or else you're kind of being a douche. Like, for example, when I'm at people's homes, I make it a point to take a look at their toothpaste. There's 2 kinds of people in this world. There's the people that squeeze from the bottom, and then there's the people who squeeze from the top. And neither are wrong, but it's a douche move when you're at somebody's home as a guest and you disobey their toothpaste rule. Now, this sounds silly, but it's actually a really big pet peeve of mine. I prefer to squeeze from the bottom, which is funny because I'm a top. I just like to know when my toothpaste is completely empty. That's just me. That's my personal preference. If you come to my house and you squeeze the toothpaste from the top, mushing all the toothpaste back towards the bottom, it annoys the shit out of me. Now, if you're the kind of person that just grabs your tube and splashes everything on, that is totally cool. That is your prerogative. And if that's the way your toothpaste is when I get to your house and I need to borrow your toothpaste for my toothbrush, then that's how I'm going to do it, because I'm that kind of gentleman. Yeah. Another thing that's kind of a douche move when you're at somebody's house is you treat their shit like it's yours. Don't ever treat somebody's stuff like it's yours. There's a simple rule of thumb when it comes for me to using other people's things, whether I'm borrowing them or I'm just at their house using it. I make it a general rule to treat other people's stuff better than I treat my own stuff. Because as a general rule, that's how I'd want people to use my stuff. If I break something of mine, that's a totally different story. If you break something of mine because you are treating it less than you would treat your own stuff, you're probably a douche. Well, I can't think of anything else right now, and this PSA is already running kind of long, so I guess I'll cut it out here. Don't be a douche. That's all I have to say at this moment right now. Until next time, I will see all my freaky darlings and all my freaky fangirls. That's a new thing we just started, freaky fangirls. I really like it, actually. I will see all of you guys next time. Bye. Peace out. I started this vlog a little bit tipsy. I had just a couple of drinks. And there's no Del Taco where I'm at, so I'm eating Pop-Tarts. Oh, really good. I think that's one more bite. Oh, bite of my Pop-Tart. No, mine. No. Nom nom nom. This bottle is written in like Russian, I think. Anybody read it? When you need to drink water in Russia.